back for a moment. Not for long. I just wanted to make this mostly for my sister so she could see the great benefits of this set. I'm running just a basic, very slight adjustment to my normal build. I'm still using my A build, my A entry in the perk punch machine. I've just moved a few cards around from my DPS. So this is my normal DPS rifle build when I'm in my Secret Service armor. If I go to number 6, which is now my power armor rifle at 25 health build, the reason I'm at 25 health is because I also have Born Survivor as a sort of emergency stopgap. It's unlikely to ever be necessary because the Rejuvenators effect is just insanely good. But you can see very few things have changed. A few things in strength. I've put Through Hiker on because I'm no longer wearing the Grocer backpack. I've removed my stealthy cards, so Escape Artist, Light-Footed, Sneak. Those are gone, and in their place I've put Adrenaline and Born Survivor, rank 5 Adrenaline. And in Intelligence I've removed Nerd Rage and put in Power User. Because why not? You know, Fusion Core duration doubled. I also put Full Charge, so I could sprint literally forever. And it won't, I mean, obviously because I'm using Rejuvenators, my action points don't go down, see that? But I'm also not using any of my Fusion Core for sprinting, which you normally would. This way you don't have to carry, 50 Fusion Cores. You just sort of chill with just a few of them. Now, I've not played on this character in Power Armor very much at all. I think I had a test set ages ago. But the idea here is, let me turn this down a little bit on my end. The idea here is that you don't really need to do anything. As long as you're not taking significant radiation damage, things will kill themselves on you. This is not the reflective effect. This is a couple things going on because I have not yet fully updated this gear. I want to put Arms Keepers on all the pieces, but for now, each piece has Overeaters, Poisoners, Rejuvenators. Poisoners is strictly defensive. Overeaters is strictly defensive. Rejuvenators is strictly defensive and resource gem. Toxic is temporary. It's just what was on the piece. So when things hit me, they have a chance to get poisoned. So occasionally you'll see the little triangle appear up here under his name. That means that he's being poisoned. There it is. See the poisoning effect? So 5% chance of being poisoned. He's got poisoned again. Now, that guy over there won't get poisoned, I don't think. But he will get the effect of Ricochet right here, right? And my luck is not super high right now. It's only 18. I could boost that. But, it still has an effect. But the big thing about this is the Rejuvenators effect, which is just insanely good. You can see any health I'm losing, I'm getting right back. If you look at the lower left. I lose a little bit of health, get it right back. Because Rejuvenators is just insanely good. And I'm doing no attacking of my own. Right? This is just, I'm standing here. Ricochet did all the damage for that guy. I even got, I've not attacked one of these guys even a single time. And already, if I look at my score that reset for the day, I've already crippled 3 enemy limbs. It's hilarious. Let me go ahead and put these back up. Or put them up for the day. His ricochet chance is pretty low. It's probably, 20%? Oh no, 32% chance. That's pretty good. Now, it did target his limbs. I don't know if that's because I have concentrated fire equipped. If I didn't have that, I wonder if it would still target the limbs and damage them for that score achievement. So there's a few things I'm losing. Obviously, since I'm at 25% health, I'm not really working with unyielding, so that doesn't really matter. But my mutation adrenal reaction still does a good amount of damage here, plus 55% damage, right? So that's good. I'm basically just built exactly as I would if I were wearing unyielding armor. And if I wanted to, I could just take this off right here. And since I have my unyielding armor already equipped from before, it should go right back on. Yep, there it is. Now I'm right back in my unyielding. And, you know, you don't need to get upset like, oh, I'm not in nerd rage. I'm not in nerd rage. That's okay. You know, you're only losing a little bit of int. And really, unless you're really pushing for an int farm, which you shouldn't be outside of the raid, getting a little extra XP while you quest and kill things is nice, but it pales in comparison to the amount of XP you're going to get when you are... Is that here? No, I guess that's over there. It pales in comparison to the amount of XP you get in the raid. So it's okay to run, you know, above 20%. Even if you're running a build that says 20% or 18%, it's fine. It's no harm, no foul. You can just chill at 25% if that's what makes you comfortable. You can even decide, well, even on my high DPS build, I want to put in Born Survivor, because I just like the extra added effect of safety. So you could, in theory, just run in your tank build the whole time. You're super safe, you know, Born Survivor at the ready. You know, I'm not doing as much DPS as I could normally do, but man, I'm not going to die, or I'm less likely to die, especially if you have the one mod on the weapon that heals you when you crit, which I don't have. But there we are. We're in my normal Secret Service, so this is my stealthy build because I'm on number 2 on my, or number 3 on my layout, and it is still set up to be stealthy, at least on this character, just because I want to be able to like run away from something and stealth. Even if I'm in a public thing, you know, a public event. Does it hurt inside? Does it wound you emotionally? Okay, let's go back into my Vulcan. I'll swap to my Vulcan loadout and get into it. Hopefully in the time that it takes me to get in, he doesn't do much damage to me. There. And now I have the durability and protection of power armor, which is insane. So let me just go over this real quick. So power armor, as a core effect, if we look at these pieces, if we look from the top, ignore the AP regen rate and the fusion core duration. See how it has those little white things to the right of them? And it has the right thing to the right of the piece? Those are specific to this set, right? The Vulcan set. Just pretend those aren't there, because you could get all the other things I'm going to tell you from wearing any power armor. So first of all, if we look down, we see minus 7% incoming damage near the bottom. That's true of all power armor. That's just being in power armor, that's what you get. Which is great, and that's per piece. So if you add 5 pieces together, that's minus 35% incoming damage. So that's right off the top. Anything that you might take, just remove 35% of that, and that's what you're going to end up getting. Above that, you have minus 15% incoming radiation damage. So, and that is, I don't think the helmet counts for that. Yeah, okay, it does. So I guess it's even more than that. It's 42%, because the helmet has the minus 7%. Okay, so 6 times 7, 42% subtraction on incoming damage, minus 15 times 6, minus 90% on incoming radiation damage. This is why when you get in power armor, you can basically run into nuke zones, and it's not that bad. You do get some radiation damage ticking down, but it's not like insta-kill. Like, you don't have how it counts down and then you die if you go in there outside of power armor or outside of the stealth suit. And it's just fantastic. So those are 2 effects that all power armor has, just for the fact that it's power armor. It's still annoying to use in many cases, and I try to avoid it if I can, but it's nice to have a set that is a good general purpose set that works in many situations, because, you know, if you need to go into a nuke zone and you want to kill the Scorch Beast Queen and they didn't situate her properly so you can do it outside of the nuke zone, or if you want to kill Earl in the mine up here, I forget where exactly it is. It's somewhere up here. There, right there. See, I even have the quest, right? So you don't have to have the power armor in there, but when you exit, you're going to exit into a radiation zone, typically, and that's very painful. So you'll die very quickly. So you want to at least have this at the ready for when the event is over, and you can put it on and leave. But even at the event, it's nice, because you're, like, really durable. Nothing's going to hurt you that much, especially with that Rejuvenators effect. So that's how power armor works. So, and I need to put a mod on this, it looks like. I need to put the calibrated shocks, I think, because it says no misc mod. So let's just go do that real quick. This is one of those recipes that you can learn when you're doing the loot boss over and over again.
Pretty cushy posting, all things considered. This is a nice place.
Alrighty, I'm glad you agree. It is a nice place. Okay, so I'm going to get out of the armor by turning away. That lets you get out of it. If you face the rig there, it won't let you do that. Alright, so we're going to go space, and everything's pixelated because this is my second computer, by the way. Okay, jetpack. We want optimized bracers. Optimized bracers gives you, there it is, minus 25% attack power attack action points. Now that doesn't really matter if you're, I mean, I might actually just change this. Let's see, scoped accuracy, hip fire accuracy. That's better for her because she's not going to use this in melee. And power attack is only for melee. So, gimbal bracers. Okay, that's good. So let's go to the other arm. Yeah, let's use gimbal bracers on that. And then for the legs, we want... Oops. For the legs, we almost always want calibrated shocks, which is an extra 50 carry weight. I could have minus 5% power armor battery drain, extended jump height, which is hilarious, by the way. It's not really necessary. Action points regen while moving. Dumb. Not needed. Minus 20% action point cost for sprinting. Not needed. And you'll see why here. Sprint speed. Not needed. We already have the mutation for that. But calibrated shocks. It's nice. Extra carry weight. So now we're going to get in. Whoops. I don't want to craft. I want to get into it. There we go. So if we look at my... Well, my carry weight's going to go up all of a sudden. Well, it might go down because I'm losing the benefit of my unyielding armor. But let's see. I'm at 396. So it's sort of an even Steven. I lost the int effect, the plus 10 strength from these 5 pieces because I'm sitting above 20%. But I got 100 carry weight, so that's, I think, even better. I think I would normally need 20 strength for that, right? It's 5 carry weight per strength, I think. So anyway, now we have our power armor, I think, situated correctly. Yeah, and of course I put the jetpack on here. You can see that Rejuvenators gives me back a lot of AP. See that on the right? At some point it does have diminishing returns and you will sort of come back down, but it takes a while. It's pretty amazing. So let's go into a really dangerous area here. Let's go down to... I don't want to spend that much. I'm a cheap ass. Travel agent. There we go. Until we'll tell you what, I'll put on... first of all, we'll go to 6. Okay, make sure I'm on 6. Then I'll go a rank 2 tenderizer and a rank 1 travel agent. There we go. I'm saving at least a little bit of caps. Let's go to Sunrise Field. Still painful to spend 35 to travel. And again, this is not my preferred way of playing the game, but it is situational. It is very beneficial for certain situations. Nuke zones, really tough enemies, really tough situations. So let's bring all these guys together. See if we can get this thing to pop. There we go. Come on, Queenie. Remove a little bit of rads. This thing hits like a sledgehammer. See how long she lasts. Like, if I were in Secret Service armor, I would have been dead long ago. trying to keep them in front of me. But this right here is thanks to the Rejuvenators effect. So like, Dell, if you're watching, last night when you went into that cave and you got swarmed, you would have been completely safe from this. You would have been totally fine. You would not have needed the healing effect of the weapon. And I would just use the more DPS setup in those situations if you are wearing power armor. If you're in your unyielding Secret Service and you're in Nerd Rage, then definitely swap to the self-healing effect on the weapon that we're going to make for you. But isn't this insane? And I do want to get rid of a little bit of Rads because I don't want to get down too low. So I just took some Brahmin milk. And notice they're trying to poison me, but you know what? It's not having much of an effect. You know why? Because I have the Poisoner's effect on every piece of my gear on purpose. That is plus 25 poison resistance. Not only that, but I also have natural resistances, right? So if I look at my stats, if I look at status, you can see I have 136 poison resistance. This is a lot of poison resistance outside of a raid. This would be insufficient for the last boss of the raid. You want like 400 there. But for the overworld zones and for every other zone and place you could be, other than that last boss, 136 is really good. I'm going to take a few more, a little bit more Brahmin milk there. Okay, so it's time to kill all this shit because it's annoying me. I'm going to go to first person. There we go. There we go. Notice they'd already damaged themselves considerably on my, due to Ricochet. And I made her weapon quad as well. She has quad and pinpointers just like Bree does. So you can see it says stun there. Guys, what are you doing? I don't have anything to feed you. Why are you coming to me? More mouths to feed, right? Oh, look, they killed themselves on me. Because they procced the effect on those two pieces of gear. They have very little health, so it makes sense that they would just kill themselves as soon as it procs. I mean, you could say that it's kind of fun having that on one piece, but honestly, I would rather have Arms Keeper on every piece here. So like I have it on 2 pieces, on this piece and this piece, and I want 3 more. I'll get rid of Through Hikers, get rid of Toxic, get rid of Burning. I want Arms Keeper on every single one of my pieces on all my sets because it's amazing. Alright, so that was it. That was the demonstration. Hopefully that was helpful to understand the benefits and blah 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 blah.